let's discuss how you can do similar actions and even way more with the regular expressions. And as I mentioned before, it previously was a bit complex task for most of the users. And now it become a way easier with large language models and the AI because it helps a lot you to literally master regex in almost no time. So what you need to remember about the regex and know about it. So I would strongly recommend you use regex101.com website as a reference and the sandbox for testing your regex. My purpose in this video not like teach you exactly how to build any regex pattern because it's a pretty complex thing, as I mentioned before. And previously, to master regex completely, you might spend even month is probably right, or even like master it whole life. And now it become way easier. So you just literally need to know several basic patterns to use it almost on a full power. And I will start to show you just the general ideas on how the regex works, and then we will move to literally a generation regex to not spend too much of your time learning regex itself. So you need to understand that besides of direct matching, right, of say, literally when I type font, it matches font, so super obvious, but it's how it works. And then I can do some grouping stuff and so on, so on. So if I want to match this, for example, this will give you the group of one, which matches some text that goes after font space, literally something. All of these things, potentially, most of them at least, you can find here, and all these tokens and special syntax of regex. So for example, you see how to match a new line, right? So if literally, if you start to type this, it should show you a new line character. So you see all new lines literally matches and so on. So same as I did for digits already, right? So you see here, I have a characters. Let's just move this one a bit for any digit. So you saw I did it already and I matched a digit. So I put slash, then D that match any digit inside my regex and create different matches. And if I put plus, which means everything literally the same character until the match works, it will match everything. But you can go and create more advanced things like groups. And for this, I have a couple of patterns where we already have some text to play with. So I will explain you how to create the groups faster and easier. For this, I want to use probably this example. Okay, so let's take a look on this one and let's rebuild it. So basically, you saw how I did the groups already. And now we will start to explore a bit the stuff for the groups. So I have this type of text, which is last name, email, phone, and so on. So what I need to do, technically, because it's all regex stuff, it's interesting enough, but how do I apply this for my real data? Because our purpose not to learn regex, but do it in purpose. So first of all, which I didn't mention yet, you have to use a JavaScript flavor because the regex can be applied in different programming languages. And in Make used JavaScript interpreters, so you have to use a JavaScript. So about groups, again, I mentioned we have everything here. So if you go to group structure, you will be able to see something that we already used. And to make something purposeful, right, we will start to create a group. First of all, you can build a group as we already done. So you can just say name, then space, and then put characters like this. The group exists in parentheses. And inside this parentheses, we put some syntax, which you can find also here. So I define a group, and inside this group, I match everything. So these characters matches any character except the line terminator. So you see, it helps you to understand it. So literally, it matches anything inside this line. And this, like a joker sign, it repeats this for period. So that's how you match it as simply as group. So we have name, then column, and then space. But see what's happening? I have these two guys here. And this where the regex complexity might come to apply. So I have, you see, match 1 and group 1, match 2 and group 2, so on and so forth. So to make it better, what I can do, I can name my groups. I can say, okay, if we have this match, I want to add name. So I literally copy this, and if you click on it, you see an example. So create not just group without any name, just group 1. I can literally put a name. It should be the text inside of this. So literally, if I place my stuff here, my group now will become named group. And I can use this even inside the make. Now I can go and continue to build my regex pattern. So for example, I want to add a new line, which you already remember, and then I want to add my last name thing. Okay, so C stops that thing. So we starting to build a new group. So now we're getting things better because we mentioned the only thing that we want to do. So I have name. Now I say want to have another group and name it as last name, for example. So that works. You can use upper characters, lower characters, whatever, but you don't need to use spaces because this breaks the group name and whole regex. And then here again, same trick for my stuff. So you see now I got 2 groups with the one match. So I do a full match of my something, and I have a separate group. So using this technique, you can parse text and do the things like this way easier. So let's continue to quickly build it. So literally, you see it's nothing complex. I can just copy paste it. Literally to match, I need 3 more lines. So I just could do it like this. So with my first, second line, third line, I just need to paste the things and rename my group. So then I do my phone. It's not matching yet, and my kind of regex a bit falling apart. So this is why you don't see everything yet. But if we finish, or you just literally remove the stuff, you should be able to see the things. I miss it actually, and new line. Okay. So see, we have these guys, and now I just need one more. I can just copy paste this here and add my country. Okay, so country, adding new lines, and the country name for a group. And this is how we build relatively a mindful pattern for our regex.